All right, we are in our main screen here. We are in our racing teach group. Okay, all fictitious data, nothing is real here, purely for teaching purposes. Now, we're going to demonstrate how to use our stoplight system in Smartabase. Slightly different than our stoplight system in Microsoft Excel that we embed in Microsoft Teams. Okay, but it's essentially the same workflow. Our stoplight system is a way for a multi-departmental group, meaning a sports performance group where you have strength conditioning, athletic training, performance science, you have performance psychology, mental health services. We have all these different branches that work with athletes. Our stoplight system allows all these groups to bring in information to dilute down all the different things of all the different pieces of intel that they get into a 1-0 or comments. It helps lead discussion and it helps identify potential red flags, multiple red flags that exist across an athlete's experience so that we can hopefully troubleshoot things before they actually come to a problem. Okay, so our stoplight system. I'm just going to show you the screen really fast. You'll remember how we enter data for a specific athlete is the same way. I go enter data for athlete and I come down here, Penn State stoplight system. Now, a couple of things. It is a very, very simple survey. It's a 3-question survey. The first one is simply clicking on the department. If I'm in the nutrition staff and I'm filling it in for nutrition, I will put nutrition. Now my point system. If there's 0 concern, no flag, it'll be a 0. If there's a little bit of concern, it'll be a 1. If there's a lot of concern or something that you want to really assign more point value to, you would click 2. This will automatically default to 0, meaning no red flags, so you won't even have to change it for an athlete if you don't have any concern. What we want to do, however, is if you do have a concern. So in this case right here, we're in Ashley Force's profile. If I have a concern, maybe it's something that she brought up in a one-on-one meeting. Maybe it's an observation on the weight room floor. Maybe it's simply just a subjective feel for disposition. And I click a 1. I want to put a comment on there. Let's say for her, we'll just say disposition around the facility is slightly different than normal. And that could be as simple as a just general feel, observing, if she's typically really bubbly and happy, and then all of a sudden she's a little quiet, we could flag that. Okay. In the sense of maybe using technology, let's say on the force plate, she typically has a specific RSI mod and it's gone below average. Maybe I'll flag that and drop a really quick note. But on this case right now, then I just hit save and close. And you'll remember how all that works. This record just goes against her profile for that specific date. And then that's all I really have to do. Okay. The stoplight system in this vein will be embedded for each individual athlete, or we can do it for an entire group. So what I just showed you was putting in for a specific athlete, in this case, Ashley Force. Okay. And I just came in here, Penn State stoplight system, and I just went this manner. I can also do it by entering as a group. And if you remember how we do that, we're just going to be at the home screen. We're going to go data entry, enter data for group. And I can select the athletes that I want in this group for data to go into. In this case, I've already entered data for Ashley Force. So I'm going to deselect her. Everyone else remains selected. And I'm going to hit enter data for 7 athletes. I'm going to select what event form. In this case, I'm filling out the stoplight system that I want to enter data. And then it's going to populate the athletes that I selected for that group. Again, there's going to be some things just on the back end that you won't have to fill in. This will automatically populate. We just need to have that for the back end calculations. This week number is essentially the week in the year. So we're in 2023, in the 40th week of 2023. That will be for record keeping. Now, I'm going to enter multiple athletes at the same time. I'm all in the performance nutrition department. Remember this little trick where I can fill down. Cool. Now it's all defaulting to 0s. Now, all I really have to do is to go in, scroll down the roster, and identify potential athletes that I have a little bit of concern for. So, Lewis Hamilton traveled. Right here we're dealing with race car drivers that travel all over the world. So maybe that's a comment that I'm going to put. Traveled from Australia to ooh, really simple comment. Let's say I have uh, Logan here. I have two. Um, follow up. Okay, so maybe that's it. I only had concern with two more. I'll leave the others blank, and then I come in here, hit save. Now it goes against all their records. Now what we can do, we have a stoplight system dashboard so that when we get to our performance team meeting, we can pop that open. We can sort by highest red flags, and then we have different ability to go into each portal to see athletes' profile, and then we can have a conversation. It's the exact same method as using our Microsoft Excel form and sorting highest to lowest, identifying red flags, and having a conversation so that we can improve and change behavior for the good. So, stoplight system introduction for data entry.